What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy T Steezy with the Bleezy. We in here hotboxing the whip with a grape swisher with some GDP in it. I decided to tell you guys a story because I was just sitting here by myself thinking right now, and I was like, damn, I remember the time I got hit by a car, and I'm gonna share that with y'all. So I was like 16 years old. I just started smoking weed like 3 months before this. Put that in mind. 3 months before this. So I was like a lightweight. Ooh, fat ghost up in here. Call me Casper, nigga. But anyways, so I was with the homies. We were smoking a blunt. It was the first blunt I ever rolled too. It was an XXL wrap. And so me and the homie were rolling the blunts. He rolled his own, I rolled mine, my shitty ass blunt. But it had like 2 grams in it because I would smoke fat because I didn't know how much to smoke, you know what I'm saying? I just started smoking. And so anyways, I put like 2 grams in my blunt. Homie would have like a gram and a half in his. Fucking rolled that shit up. My shit was all bootsy, falling apart halfway through and shit. But we'd still pass it and I'd fix it on the go, you know what I'm saying? As I smoke it, if it unrolls, I'd fix it. So I was fixing my blunt and I saw this car go by. And I decided to look up, but I just kind of stared at it. And it was this old lady that was my neighbor before. And I just looked at it and I was like, hi. And then she waved back. She's like, hey. And then so after that, I looked at my homie and I was like, bro, you know what'd be crazy? Is if I got hit by her. Like that old ass lady just came out of nowhere. Boom, smacked my ass. Little did I know. I jinxed the fuck out of myself. So we smoke our blunts. The other homie comes over. He's like, hey, bro, let's dab real quick. I was like, all right, then say less. You know what I'm saying? I only dabbed once before that, but I got higher than a motherfucking kite. So I was like, all right, then I'll go hit the dab real quick. So the hubby brings his wax over. The other hubby goes home, gets his torch and his rig, brings that over. We're going to get it going. We're about to dab right now, right? So I was like, because there's a park right by my house, and we're chilling at the park. And the way this park is, there's, say, there's a tree right here. There's another tree right here. And then there's like a curved driveway that goes out. But the trees are big, and the branches hang over the road a little bit. So when you go around the corners, you can't really see. And my house is over here on this side of it. So I was like, hey, bro, I'll run home real quick, get a bottle of water. Y'all want one? They were like, yeah, I want one. I was like, all right, that's what's up. So I went and I got the bottle of waters for all of us. Sorry, a car just drove by and they was hella looking at me. So I got the bottle of waters for us. And then after I got the bottles of waters, I was walking back. And right as I go around this curve, I look and I don't see nothing. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. So I walk the curve, look. I'm like, oh shit, I see a car coming at me, bro. It's the old lady I talked about earlier, talking about she hit me, that shit would be funny as fuck. Hell no, nigga, that shit was not funny as fuck. So she comes this way, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like this close to her motherfucking car. I'm telling you, literally like not even that far away from her car. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta think, like, all right, split second to think. What I thought to do was jump, right? Yeah, you jump over a car, fuck it. So I just jumped and I almost cleared it, but my ankle, say this was the hood of the car, my ankle was like dink and I hit it and I flew on top of the hood, and then as the car was going this way, my head hit the windshield and put a big old crack in it. I'll put a picture on the screen of the crack. But I looked at, I remember just hitting my head and I looked at the sky. And I thought I was dead for a second, right? Because I was looking straight at the sun and my dumb ass thinking, oh, I'm seeing the motherfucking light. A nigga just died right now. Nah, I was just chilling right there and I was looking at the sun, and it took me like a couple seconds to realize I was still alive and shit. And so I got up off the car and she came running out the car. Oh my God, are you okay? You need an ice pack? You want some ice cream? And then she was like, don't sue me, please don't call the cops. I didn't see you. And I was like dazed as fuck, high as shit. I was high as balls off these 2 blunts. And so I was just like, fuck. I was like, nah, but I'll take an ice pack and the ice cream. Don't trip, I ain't gonna sue you. And then I was just sitting there on the curb, because around this bend, there's a curb with a fire hydrant. And I was sitting there at the curb with my head against the fire hydrant. And I put my head against the fire hydrant, and I remember feeling a pain, right? And I go, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I go, and I feel my head, and I feel glass, right? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, there's a piece of glass sticking in my head. So it was, like, probably right here. So I go, and I grab it, and I pull that shit out a little bit, and it was a piece of glass about that long. And it was stuck in my head, but it only went in about that far. And I guess when I put my head against the fire hydrant, it hit it in a little bit and I felt it, right? But it was weird because the car, when you look at the picture, you'll see what I mean. It's just like a spiral circle, and it had like cracks in it. It didn't look like a piece chipped off. But I hit my head against that fire hydrant and shoved it in, and I was like, oh fuck! And I grabbed that shit out, and I was like, hey, Jamar, get your ass over here. He came running. He's like, bruh, that was you that got hit? And I was like, yeah. And then my other homie comes walking. He's like, you jinxed yourself, dumbass. And I was like, yeah, I know, bro, I know. Oh, my blunt went out. Hold up, we're gonna light this shit real quick. So, my other homie come over laughing at me and shit. They were like, bro, you look like you need a dab. I was like, yeah, bro, I do. They came, and when I put my head down to dab, my homie looked at my head and said, oh, shit. And that freaked me out, right? So I started coughing out the dab, fucking all dying and shit. And so I was like, fuck, what the fuck am I supposed to do, bruh? And they're like, bruh, your head is red as hell. I was like, no shit. And I picked up the piece of glass, and I was like, this was in my head. I just pulled it out before y'all showed up. And they were like, what the fuck? And then right as I showed that piece of glass, the old lady comes out, and she starts freaking out because my head was bleeding. And I was like, nah, I'm good. She offered to take me to the hospital and shit. I was like, nah, I'm cool. So, after that, I took the ice cream. She gave me a gallon of ice cream, cookies and cream, my favorite fucking ice cream, right? Cookies and cream. She had a whole gallon of it, and I was like, hey, that's what's up. And she gave me all of it. She was like, here's these ice packs. Oh, I'm gonna go get you some Band-Aids right now, blah, blah, blah. And my hair was growing at the time, but it wasn't as long as this. I cut my hair before this, like a year ago. But it was like probably this short, where my fingers are right now. And she was like, you may need to shave your head. And I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't shaving my head. I told her to get super glue, right? And so I got super glue, and I put it on my finger, and I put it against the wound, and I just pressed it sealed. And I sealed my head with super glue. I did it with super glue. I didn't know it was possible like that. And so I fucking covered my hair back over. But the one thing I did mess up on was that the super glue got in my hair too. So it kind of healed with the hair in it going out the scab. It was gross. And when I had the super glue in it, it got in my hair. And so I had to shave my head and restart on my hair growth. That's why it's banging still, getting long still, know what I mean? But is not where it was at. Damn, I'm gonna have to light this shit again. I'm sorry I'm making it go out on y'all. But yeah, that was a crazy time. And then after that, so she went to her house, got all the shit, came back. She was like, da da da. I was like, nah, the super glue will just be fine. I'm gonna go home now. So me and my homies went to my house. My mom was sitting on the couch, and she looked at me. She's like, the fuck happened to you? And then I was like, the lady down the street hit me with the car, blah, blah, blah. First thing my mom says is, we're hiring a lawyer. I was like, hell no. Like, in my head now that's 2 years later, I probably should have hired a lawyer for that and, like, tried to get something out of it, but it's alright. The old lady was nice and shit, so I wasn't tripping off it. But my mom was hella mad. She fucking stared down that old lady hella times after that. She let our dog shit on their yard all the time. That poor lady had to clean up so much dog shit because of my mom. But, yeah. That's a story about how I got fucking hit by a car. If y'all like it, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear any other stories. I got hella stories of shit that happened to me because I've had a crazy ass life and I'm ready to share it with you guys. So just let me know. Deuces.